The worst names.
When you're born, your parents...
What's the worst name before he even says anything? I think the worst name you could have is a bad combination of first and last names rather than one individual name. I think if your name's like Mike, yeah, like Ben Dover, like there's people that just name their kids something where like they can, yeah, Mike. There's probably a Mike that exists.
have to make a decision that's gonna affect you for the rest of your life. You can, one, either be born with a tough name,
I am Jose Mourinho.
or you could be born with this name.
Mo Lester. Oh, see, that's just, I mean, he probably got like bullied when he was yeah, they maybe call him Mo, but like this motherfucker probably, even though he was probably born in like the 1920s, bro, he probably got bullied his whole life.
Okay, what exactly was the thought process behind this? R.I.P. to Mo, you touched many. To whoever Mr. and Mrs. Lester were, you guys were bad people.
Dude, actually, they give him a bad name. Like, that's not even just like it's a family name, it's not common, blah, blah, blah. Some people like it, some people don't. That's just like a bad name. You gave that guy a bad name.
Satan's greatest soldier.
You definitely know what you're doing when you line up the first name with the last name. Okay, just look at Steve Kerr's son, Nick.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. Like, sports commentators aren't even going to be able to say this guy's name. Like, you can't say this guy's name. It just sounds like the N-word.
Kerr.
Hell no! Hell no!
Yeah, you have to be a different kind of evil to do this to a freshly born niggler. Imagine this, you're just coming into this world.
I'll be crying if I look like that too, bro. That's up what they be doing to y'all.
Oh, no! Oh, my God. This guy actually just videoed that and sent that to a kid.
You've done nothing wrong, you're completely innocent. And then your parents go and burden you with the name Eugene.
Eugene. I'm sorry if your name's Eugene. Bro, it's just like some old ass names, bro. Like if you're naming your kid Karen or like Gertrude in like modern day, that's just tough.
Now you've limited that baby's future careers to a damn mathematician.
Eugene.
Giving your child a proper ass name off spawn is just despicable work. Okay.
Edward with a U.
Okay, I'm not calling anyone under the age of 40 Benedict. Or some nigga name like Cornelius. How can you hear that name and say, oh yeah, my baby looks like a fucking Cornelius? At least give bro a nicknameable name. Like with Benedict, at least I can call little bro Ben or something. Okay, but
I don't understand why some names, like obviously Joseph nicknamed Joe, Michael nicknamed Mike, right? Or Mitchell, Mitch, Steven, Steve. Why is Richard Dick? Why? William, Bill. What the fuck? Like, why is that the William, Will. I'm not naming, if I know a William, I'm going, yeah, Will. I'm not going Bill. William, Billy, Robert, Bob. Yeah, Robert, Bob. Robert, Rob. Why not Rob? Why Bob? What the fuck? It's not even a shortened, like a nickname is the shortened version of your name. Or just a nickname that has to do with your personality or something. Anthony Tony. Anthony Tony makes sense though. Because it's like, you wouldn't do Thony, so it's like Tony. Like, you'd be like, yo, Tony, and his name's Anthony. That makes sense. Jonathan's Logan. Jonathan, the nickname for Jonathan is Logan? No, it's not. Jonathan's nickname is John. Eduardo, Eddie. That makes sense.
But Cornelius, I'm not calling you
Steven for the three. I know a guy whose name's Dick Bang.
Corn. Bro, Fortnite skin-ass name. I don't know why that's the first thing that came into my head. But a nickname really could save your whole life. You can go from Reginald to Reggie. You can go from Richard to Dick. How do you feel? You know what name I was damn near devastated to hear was a real name? Gaylord. People name their
Gaylord?
kids Gaylord. Yeah, I get we live in a more progressive society. But Gaylord, bro, come on. Come on now. And right now I'm just listing names that like multiple people have. Later on I'll show you some of the nonsense. There's just so many
Willie Stroker.
There's just so many common names that I just don't like. For example, can we stop naming our kids George? Like, I don't even hate the name, it's just the spelling, bro. Because in what universe does this word mean George? Come on now. And I'm talking to you, Sion. That's not how you spell Sean.
Bro, we were talking about that yesterday, dude. Literally yesterday. Oh my God. Nah, that shit, I knew a Sean in high school spelled S-E-A-N. Bro, your name's Scene. Sean. S-H-A-W-N. Okay. I'm fine with Sean, S-H-A-U-N. That's fine. S-H-A-U-N, S-H-A-W-N. Fine. S-E-A-N. Scene? Scene?
And you know, I'm not the smartest guy out there, but at least I know how to spell, and you're all spelling these names wrong, okay? But isn't like the whole point of naming someone to give them their own special, unique identity or something? Okay, why are we giving so many people the same names?
I never understand when you meet a motherfucker that's like, yeah, I'm Jonathan Mitchell the Fifth. I'm like, brother, that means every dude in your fucking family above you has the same exact fucking name as you. Like, if you want to name your kid the same name as you, I know there's probably a lot of people in my chat right now that are like the seconds or the thirds or it's junior, senior, whatever it is. I feel like then like you're kind of like forming your kid's personality to be like yours. Like I would want to name my kid something that's different from me.
Looking at you, Muhammad. JK, way too many of y'all to make ups. But if you're watching this, you probably have a common name because you know that's how common names work.
I mean, it's obviously up to you at the end of the day, but I wouldn't want to have a little Joe Bartolozzi. Name my kid some other shit. My name's Joe. The fuck am I naming that kid Joe for? Name him something else.
But I'm not even trying to hate. I'm just asking why we're not more original with names. You know, there's way too many Williams out there.
Yeah, I don't want a little mini Bart. Well, I mean, he would be a mini Bart, but he would be first name different.
Just look at the toughest names in history. Their parents are experimenting, you know? Sometimes it doesn't go very well.
I'm going to name my kid Bart. Bart Bartolozzi.
Elon Musk, I'm looking at you.
Double B.
Your Among Us codenamed kid. How do you even... Is that 2 letters in one? And I'm now seeing that they had to change the kid's name to X. This kid is not Ja. Please stop it.
I say on for it was weak. X is a complete opposite.
And the fact that Elon didn't stop with this one.
I hate it so much!
Tau Techno Mechanicus Musk. Yeah, this has to be up there with the...
Mechanicus. Oh my god, like a fucking video game.
Okay, there's creativity and there's just naming your child some bullshit. Just look at Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
Sensation.
That's kind of a hard name, though. That's kind of badass.
How do you think of a name as cool as Wolfgang? Right, I know it's pronounced like Wolfgang or something, but it's Wolfgang in my eyes because that sounds way harder. Like really, there's a fine line between creative.
Dude, there are some bad. I feel like some parents be trying to name their kids some like creative shit that nobody else has named, and then it just ends up being cringy. I get people not wanting to name their kids like the common ass biblical names that like all of the guys in this chat have. Like, realistically, I would say 60% of the men in my stream right now probably have a name that is from the Bible. Like, realistically, like, not everybody, but a lot of people. I know 3 other Joes. Like, it's common to know a Joe, a Paul, a John, like Elijah, Paul, whatever it is, right? Noah, like, you know, like shit like that. But some people be trying to name their kids like some out-of-pocket shit that's just unique for the sake of being unique, rather than the name having any meaning.
Activity and just being a dickhead. All right, because look at Bear Grylls. He named his son Huckleberry. Okay, I'm not making this up. What kind of a goofy-ass name is Huckleberry? And the fact that Bear Grylls has one of the toughest names out, and he did his son like that, all right, that's up there with Quandale Dingle.
It's Quandale Dingle here.
And whose name is on this computer? Like, is this an actual real person called Quandale Dingle that's just walking among us? And if so, this is the goofiest name of all time. I'm so sorry for you, bro. Like I was saying, creative names can be tough, though. Yves Saint Laurent, clean. But for real, though, we have to start inventing some more names, you know, just to change things up a little bit. But if you're black and from the hood or something, don't be doing too much with the names, okay? I don't want to see no Bonquiqui, no LaShawn Donquavion, no Letitia Niqua.
LaShawn Donquavion?
The only time these ghetto names are tough is if you make it out the hood and become a pro athlete. Because imagine trying to get a regular job and your name is Jamal Tonquavion. They will smell the nigga on your application, I promise you. And instead of hiring you, they're gonna hire Dale Smithers. If you're making it pro, yeah.
Dale Smithers. They're gonna hire Andrew Smith.
Name will be tough. Like LeBron, he was a W pool. But now
Andrew Smith. How many of those people do you think exist? I would say there's probably 100,000 Andrew Smiths in the US alone.
I dead ass fear how many LeBron sexuals are gonna name their 5'2" white kid LeBron. But me, I would say I'm a veteran when it comes to seeing bad names. Quick little lore drop, I was born in Zimbabwe.
Welcome to fucking Zimbabwe, you stupid little pimp. Get away from here.
And if you don't know about how they be naming kids there, a common ass trend, I don't know what for, but for some reason people be naming their kids English words. Sometimes it stays calm, like we have people named Blessing or people named Hopeful, which is kind of bad, but it's not that bad if you shorten it to just Hope. And then we have niggas named Bicycle. Normally the kind of bad, but it's not that bad if you shorten it to just Hope. And then we have niggas named Bicycle.
Bicycle Basicoro. Oh my god.
Normally the names be dumb, but at least it has some sort of meaning. Like
that's literally just a random English word.
I heard about a nigga named Firstborn. You know, at least that one makes sense because, yeah, he's the firstborn. But Bicycle. Some more nonsense I've heard of a nigga named Mechanic. A nigga named Knowledge, like he's 1/3 of a KSI.
If you're wondering, I already know. And if you thought it, I've been new.
And I wish I was making these up too, bro. Do like 5 minutes of research, you see even worse. And before you name your kid right, let's do some investigating. Because if that was done, there never would have been a kid on this earth named Chew Cock. Now that poor guy...
Chew Cock? Well, I mean, if he is not from the U.S., then it doesn't sound crazy.
Now that poor guy has to live on earth with that name. But at least he's not alone. He also has Chew Cock along. Okay.
Chew Cock Long?
Okay, but anyways, sometimes having a trash name is not even in the parents' hands.
Well, in a lot of, I don't know like which Asian countries this applies to, but isn't a lot of the time the family name what you say first? Like when in the US, you say first name, last name. In a lot of other countries in Asia, you say last name, first name. So it'd be like Cock Chew. It doesn't really make it much better.
Because I don't know how last names are even made or manufactured, but somehow people end up with some tragic last names, alright? And if your last name is something crazy, bro, give up on your hopes and dreams of becoming a teacher. Bro, there's no reason for this nigga to be teaching
Mr. Perv. Oh my god.
this class.
What the hell is even that?
And it don't stop there. This is your last name and you decide you want a profession that's gonna display it and people...
B.J. Why would you not just have your first name? Why are you having your middle initial as part of this?
Profession that's gonna display it and people have to call you
B.J. Dickerson.
By that name. And was the B.J. necessary? We could have just done B. And these next ones are 2-in-1 special from the same school. First up, nigga, we have Mr. Sack Rider. How do you acquire this last name? What is the country of origin for...
Yeah, historically, where are you getting that? Sack Rider.
This name, I swear niggas had to be trolling. And right across the hall, we have Mrs. Gay. Whoever's running the school and hiring teachers...
Well, there's a lot of people, like Tyson Gay. Like, there's a few pro athletes that have the last name Gay.
Bro, you're an absolute joker because no student is taking a teacher named Mr. Sack Rider seriously. Gang, if your last name is cooked, just stop breeding and let the bloodline end with you, okay? If you deep it, you really have a choice between two last names. You could either go with the male's last name or the female's last name. So can you tell me why this guy ended up with the last name Negro? That could...
Ooh, Rowdy as his first name too? Yes, it's my real name. Oh my god. Oh, that's bad. Say it. I'm not saying his fucking name.
That could not have been the better of two options. If you're naming your kid something
I feel like, dude, if I would like change my last name.
Despicable just for a giggle. Prison time might not be a bad punishment, bro.
Hang up that computer call. Come over here and kiss me on my hot mouth.
Just think about it. You've ruined someone's entire identity. This kid sued his parents for $250K because they named him Gaylord. Because apparently his name has caused him a lifetime of mockery and bullying. And if you know anything about how kids are, you know that's 100% true, okay? You cannot be...
But do you think the parents are thinking about that? Like, dude, I feel like it's the naming of your kid process is usually like a pretty long one. It's not like an instant agreement between two people. You're usually like talking, having talks like, hey, and you'll say it. Like, you're not just like saying, yeah, we're going to name my kid Mike Dick. And then it's just like no thought after that.
Walking around with the name Gaylord Williams. And Gaylord claims that his parents named him this because they wanted to ruin his life, like he ruined theirs or something. And the parents were just saying they liked the name.
Stop the cap.
I'm gonna go with Gaylord's story because, nigga, what do you mean you like the name? And personally, I don't think $250K compensation is enough. I want to see a public execution for both of these individuals.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I think that might be a little too far. Holy shit. Okay. Bazan and some for the subscribe to the thread.